Hi guys, it's Marc Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, and I am here on Hollywood Boulevard, so clearly I'm in the right place for all of my crazy mad schemes. So it's Marc Zicree of Space Command, Marc Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, and I wanted to give you all the latest updates on what's going on with Space Command. First off, I hope you're having an amazing holiday season. I hope you're with loved ones and watching great science fiction movies and TV shows, or not, doing anything that brings you joy, because that's what the season is for and that's what this life is for. So I wanted to thank you all for all of your help and all of your support and all of your encouragement on Space Command, and give you the latest on what's going on with Space Command, because amazing things are happening. First off, they in newspaper lingo, they have a saying: don't bury the lead. Start off with what you actually want to tell people. So here's the amazing thing: we can actually finish the first 35 minutes of Space Command with all the visual effects, all the amazing sequences. The first 35 minutes, if we just sell 7 more shares in Space Command. We've been selling investment shares, and I've been in communication with my VFX team. We've been generating visual effects sequences, visual effects shots. Some of you know that our dear visual effects supervisor, Ron Thornton, passed away recently. He was a genius. He was the designer of Babylon 5. He revolutionized television in terms of how TV was done with visual effects. I worked with him on Star Trek and Babylon 5 and World Enough in Time, the George Takei Star Trek episode I did. Many, many projects, and he was one of a kind, truly one of a kind, so he's dearly missed. But fortunately, the people he's tutored and mentored, the legacy he's left has given us opportunity to continue to create amazing visual effects sequences and get Space Command to the finish line. So if you've been interested in buying shares in Space Command, they're $7,500 each. You can call me at 323-363-1259 or marczicree@gmail.com, and we can definitely talk about it. What I want to do right now is basically give you an overview of where we've been, where we're going, where we are right now, what's happening, because it's been an amazing journey, and all of my grand strategy is unfolding exactly as I intended. And to refresh your memory, Space Command was a project that I came up with because all of the science fiction not long ago was all very, very dark, very dystopic, very bleak. And I remembered Star Trek, and I remembered that you could create a hopeful vision of the future and show that it was possible, a world in which we reach across boundaries of race, ethnicity, sexuality, everything, and come together as humanity, and even creatures beyond humanity, to create a future worth living in. That there are challenges, but there's also great opportunity, and that space gives us an opportunity to go somewhere where boundaries have not been posted, no trespassing signs have not been put up. Space is still where we can all join together and create something remarkable. And I remembered Star Trek, which inspired me, and which was created during the Vietnam War, during the Civil Rights era. There was great upheaval and tumult and fear, and yet Star Trek said we can create a better future. And as a result of that, we did. And so there's enormous power and enormous opportunity. So I wanted to be part of that continuing vision. And so I came up with Space Command, and I reached out to my friends, stars like Doug Jones and Bob Picardo and Mira Furlan and Bill Mumy and James Hong from Blade Runner and Big Trouble in Little China, and Mike, all sorts of folks, and Mike Harney from Orange is the New Black, and they all said yes, because they understood what this could be and what it was, and you did too. 3,000 people around the world helped me make this happen. So thanks to you specifically, we opened our studio. We raised the money to shoot the first 2 hours. We shot 30 minutes of the second 2 hours. We're now editing that second 2-hour story, Space Command Forgiveness, and we're completing the first 2-hour story, Space Command Redemption. And I've written the third 2-hour story, Space Command Great Solar War. I've written the fourth 2-hour story, Space Command Empire, and outlined the fifth and sixth stories, which will all of these will comprise the first season of the Space Command series. So it's an amazing, big, bold vision. So where we are right now is I've basically been laying track to sell the show, and also been continuing to raise money to complete the show, because I don't want to be dependent on the whims of fate or network executives And it was also very important to me to always make sure that the vision remained intact and unspoiled. And I think now, particularly, it's funny, one of the things Elaine gave me for Christmas was a wonderful Blu-ray set that I highly recommend called the Roddenberry Archives. It turns out that all of these there were over 1,000 film cans of footage from the original Star Trek, outtakes, dailies, all sorts of stuff, rough cuts that were never seen before, or at least since 1968, or 66 through 68. And this is a wonderful video that, Blu-ray that shows what all this material was and is. And it's phenomenal because what strikes you, and they interview people who worked on the show, and what strikes you is the amazing vision that Gene Roddenberry and those he pulled together, D.C. Fontana, David Gerrold, the amazing team he pulled together of actors and writers and directors and producers, they had such a vision and such daring and such boldness, and they were not hampered by what TV was at the time. I mean, other shows on the air were things like Gunsmoke and Mannix and the Beverly Hillbillies. They weren't following in that path. They were creating something that was very bold, very, very different. There was nothing like it that had been on the air before. And it shaped all of us who write science fiction and who make television. None of us would be doing this if not for what Gene Roddenberry had done on Star Trek. And of course, his great inspiration was Twilight Zone. He was friends with Rod Serling, and in fact gave the eulogy at Rod Serling's funeral. So we are in a great tradition here, but also we understand the responsibility and the opportunity. So where I am right now with Space Command, I've locked down CAA, a huge, powerful TV and movie agency, and they're repping me, and this is now allowing me to get the meetings with the studios and the production companies and the networks to pitch and sell Space Command. Now, I'm not rushing it because I know that slow and steady wins the race, that basically it's about getting the right partners, not the immediate partners. I'm in no hurry, and again, Space Command has been taking a while. And I knew it would take a while, but that's fine. That's fine, because doing it right is better than doing it quickly. And as much as I'd like to be able to turn on the TV and see Space Command now, God damn it, but that's not how we're going. That's not what the plan is. So basically, if you've been following Space Command regularly, there's spacecommandmovie.com, there's the Space Command Facebook page, there's my Marc Zicree Facebook page. I've been posting regularly, but I'm going to start posting much more regularly to our backers, to our supporters, because I want everyone to know exactly what we're doing. But the main news is, over the next few weeks and months, we'll be completing a lot more of Space Command. We've already been meeting with dozens and dozens of production companies and networks, both here and in the UK and in France at MIPCOM, which was the trade show for the TV industry. It's all been toward building credibility, building infrastructure. In Hollywood, Hollywood is a strange beast, as anyone who's followed it knows, and it's not like other businesses. It doesn't function I was going to say with set rules. It has rules, but they're extremely intriguing and interesting. The lovely thing is that the rules are changing. And because of Netflix, Amazon, all the different platforms, there's over 400 scripted series on the air right now, and there'll be over 500 in the near future. And where that might be overwhelming to some, it's not overwhelming to me. It's exciting to me, because what it means is there's so much more opportunity. And when I've said I've met with dozens of companies over the last few months, the point of that wasn't to have the quick sale. The point of that was to build allies, to build people who are on our side. It's basically enlisting an army of executives who say, what you're doing is great, we want to help you make this happen. And that's where we are right now. I've been having lovely meetings and lunches and all sorts of things at places like Sony and you name it. I mean, basically all the major players. And it's fascinating to see that they... the excitement when I tell them what we're up to, the fact that they think it's really, really cool. Now it's finding the right team, the right partner, and that's what we're embarked upon. So it's almost like dating in that way, because it's like, okay, who's going to be the right one? Who's, Elaine always says you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find the prince, and it's true. So for now, what I can say is that we're very, very busy in terms of moving forward. The reason I want to complete more of Space Command is the more we have completed, the more we can show it to executives, and they can see exactly what we're doing, exactly what we have in mind. These are certainly times that are going to be very challenging for a lot of us. There's going to be a lot of forces in the world trying to drive us apart, trying to push us into fear and division and suspicion and distrust. And we must, of course, fight all of those factors anywhere in the world, because I know for myself that my friends are of every walk of life, every persuasion, and that enriches my life, and it makes me less afraid, not more afraid. So that's what Space Command is doing. That's what we're doing together. That's what we know in our bones is our task here, to build lives of meaning and love and helping others. So for now, if you want to buy a share in Space Command, contact me. We also have a Space Command Patreon page. We've been planning to launch another crowdfunding campaign in February. Essentially, it's all toward building Space Command and getting it all wonderful and spectacular. It's thrilling for me to watch it coming to fruition, and I know that you're going to love everything that you see. So that's it for now. Marc Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, Marc Zicree of Space Command. Talk to you really soon from lovely, sunny Hollywood, California. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.